What happens when tribals meet zombies on the rim? Unadulterated pain, and a lot of munching. The mod I will be playing with today is the Zombieland mod, which brings the living dead straight to your doorstep. Hundreds of rotting corpses ready to trick or treat. The dead only want one thing in which we all crave: human flesh. There are different types of zombies. We have standard ones, and special variants such as Santa Claus trying to break into my home for the 40th time, or C4 strapped self-made bombers trying to blow up my Great Wall. I have one simple goal: survive. Today, I will be playing as a group of 5 tribals who have recently kicked off the reservations. To make my life even harder, I will be going Ooga Booga mode, meaning I will be unlocking my inner caveman. In this run, I will only have 2 rules to follow. I'm not allowed to use guns, stupid rock throwers, or use electricity, as those are for the intelligent. A simple bow and arrow is all I'm going to need. As well, the threat scale is set to 200%. End me. After choosing where we are landing, boys, I have a total of 3 days to prepare for the coming onslaught. I've got no time to waste and put all the colonists on overdrive to get a basic shack set up. It's important I have the tribesmen work like it's the early 1900s, since the zombie threat is real, like you hitting that like and sub button. It helps out a lot. I pull out my inner American spirit and construct a wall perimeter to keep the illegal zombies out of my colony. At the moment, it is made out of wood, but through researching stone cutting, the wall will be upgraded in due time. Then it happens. The zombies start spreading from the edges of the map. These walking, rabies-infected corpses will attack anything living, including the local wildlife. The zombies go off by a threat scale ranging from 0 to 100%. The higher the percentage, the more fun. The threat scale changes throughout the coming days, eventually reaching 0%, giving me a brief period to breathe like queso after walking up a flight of stairs. For extra defense, I lay out a second layer of granite walls to help keep my shriveled mind at peace. An outsider by the name of Diver Riggs crash landed outside the colony, and of course I offered no aid. The dick then turned into a zombie after dying. Extremely surprising. My first raider shows up, a pirate named Gracie, and she gets to feel the downsides of bringing a knife to a tea fight. She is now being eaten alive. Help! 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 The threat scale is going up, and it appears due to my colonists partying too hard in the shack. Every zombie is headed to my doorstep. Great. I start double layering the walls, and this appears to only agitate the horde even more, and they start banging on my door like the police at a high school party. I have to constantly switch between Billa and Monica, repairing the wall for obvious reasons. At this point, I have over 280 zombies on the map, who are not just trying to rip down my door, but also my FPS with no end in sight. I will need to wait a few more days before I can go outside and gather more stone and wood. I did get the Imperial Ambush quest, where Metmo is being chased by a manhunting rat. I feel like we have higher priorities, but I ended up using him as a distraction like my boys playing Black Ops 2 Zombies, and well, ended very well. Then some kids come asking for aid, and just like when I was alone with my uncle on Thanksgiving, they too couldn't escape the zombie horde. Except my boy Rat throwing hands like my main girl Clementine. At this point, the colony was mostly at a standstill. The zombies had the wall surrounded like this is World War Z. The colonists became idle, and we are lacking food since my bright idea was to use Ooga Booga fire instead of a goddamn refrigerator so my food doesn't spoil. We start mining into the hillside with the hope of obtaining steel to help expand the base. 2 more raiders from the Biku Covenant show up and do a number on a few of the zombies. Neanderthals can put up a fight, I will give them that. But turns out when you roleplay as a very aroused artist, you become a great snack for the Twitter mob outside. Another raid shows up back to back, this time a group of wasters. And well, they get the same treatment. You think in these dreadful times we would come together as a people, but no. The threat meter dropped to 0%, all the zombies disappeared, like my dad did when he found out I was born. I immediately set everybody to work and need to make sure the second wall is fully constructed before the next wave of zombies come my way. Well, I guess my keyboard will experience the depths of hell because the zombies are already back. It hasn't even been over a day. Within a few hours, I hear somebody picking my lock, and I catch this white zombie trying to squat on my property, so she was promptly put down. The horde responded with a boom from a suicide zombie on the west side of the colony. The special zombies are starting to pop up but haven't really done much due to my immense intelligence. There was an ancient danger located northeast of the base, and I guess the zombie horde disliked the place and raided it. Even the Rimworld bugs get absolutely annihilated by the zombies. OBS then decided to take its lunch break, and I lost about 30 minutes of footage. Amazing, great YouTuber right here. In that time, I had my walking hobos make some actual human clothing for themselves to wear and created a simple workshop. I also have this horned devil living in my fields and eating my food, so I will deal with it. With my superior intelligence to this dumb animal, I used the power of the door to help kill it. This of course went wrong, but with the other 4 tribesmen shooting as well, the beast was put down. The zombies then started pushing themselves and each other over the goddamn wall and into the space in between. Not much happened since the chill period came in, which allowed me to work on repairs on the walls and continue gathering more supplies. At this point, the colony feels more like a fallout shelter as we wait for the radiation to dissipate. To increase the mood, I get the tribesmen their very own rooms since they ain't going outside anytime soon. While my colonists haven't experienced much combat, we upgraded with some great bows for max DPS. For defense, plate armor is made to help resist any succulent bites from nearby zombies. Speaking of the zombies, they broke down my door and are ready to clap my cheeks. The zombies spread into my home, and of course there's a boomalope inside of my base. This is quickly becoming the definition of hell. The tribesman accuracy is that of toilet water, since they miss every damn shot. After killing the zombies that got in, everything that could go wrong went wrong. The base is burning down, the colonists' mood are an all-time low, and Ant was bitten and has 11 hours before she turns. I don't have any serums which can cure the infection. I attempt to install a peg leg by cutting off her leg, but Monica has the medical skill of Dr. Elmore from Family Guy. I end up having to make the hard decision of filling Ant with arrows and smash her skull in so her body doesn't turn. We host a funeral in Ant's name, and it went well. Walrus takes this a bit literally and digs up her corpse while mentally breaking. Not even 2 minutes later, the zombies sniff the spiciest line of yayo and break down the door, swarming Cambiar and eating her alive. I didn't get any chance to save her, and with Walrus mentally breaking, I only had one solution. Run. Bella and Monica create an escape route through the mountain in order to abandon the base. Another problem, I can't caravan out since there are 250 zombies on the map. Monica then gets the same treatment and I'm left with Bella, who I have retreat in the kitchen to wait out the horde. Then some shit straight out of SCP happens. The Imperials come to rescue, killing off a lot of the horde with their rock throwers, and then the threat scale drops to 0%. Bella leaves the colony to find another home legit 2 miles south of the original base. Bella sets up a small shack with the horde 20 hours behind him. A tired refugee named Powup comes to aid Bella in setting up their new prosperous home. One key issue, Bella does not have enough food for 2 people, so like the traitorous bastard he is, he kills Powup, and like the horde, he sustains himself. Like the previous colony, the zombies hop over the wood wall, and with the loss of his tribe and his friends, Bella went mad, and he took his rage upon the zombies, eventually getting eaten just like the rest.